Okay, today is an experiment. I want to try and create some abstract flowers on a field using the golden high flow acrylics. By the way, I'm in no way trying to promote this. It's just that I have discovered these by accident in a store, and I bought, I think, what is it? Yeah, I bought 3 trial colors, and I liked so much how they worked on making the wave that I thought I'll buy some extra colors and try and make some flowers. So I also added the, oh my god, I can't pronounce it, quinacridone red, oh, and yellow medium, and green light, and magenta blah blah blah. So I actually have a feeling that because these are so liquid, that I will not be able to apply them for this project from the bottle to the canvas. I'm gonna have to apply them to another surface and then transfer with a toothpick because I only want a tiny bit of color. For the background, I envision something along the lines of maybe some green and a blue sky, so kind of a field and a blue sky. Everything, of course, is abstract. So I want to start from the top down, and I'm going to start with my blue sky, but my blue sky I want to be very light. So first up, I'm going to finish using the paint I had left over from the wave, and it's not quite white. It is sort of purpley at this point because I have put in accidentally some other colors in there during my painting. I always also, if I want to reuse the cups, fill them with water so that they soak while I paint, and then it's very easy to clean them later. Because the last thing I want to be doing is cleaning a lot. Okay, I'm going to add some white. I want to have more sky than grass in this painting, so I'll be going approximately from here. Okay, I want to add just a tad of my mixed blue. I don't even remember which colors I've mixed in here to create this blue, but it's definitely all mixed with Floetrol, in case you're wondering how I dilute the paints. I use Floetrol. I have also tried Reeves pouring medium, and I really liked it, but it is a little bit expensive for me here in New Zealand, whereas Floetrol is cheaper. But I do know that for most of you guys it's the other way. You would probably find Floetrol more expensive. So this one I just want a tiny bit of this iridescent green blue. I need to dilute it with Floetrol, and when I need just a tiny bit, I do it in these silicone cups, which oh sorry, almost made a mistake. See, I need to focus. So I buy them on AliExpress, but you can probably buy them on Amazon if you don't want to wait. They're super easy to clean, so I just want to start with a little bit. The iridescent colors are not as nice to mix. They take more patience because you will see that they break down into these little bits, but you just have to keep stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring. Okay, and just like that, here we go. It is quite liquid, which is good for the purpose here. I just want to add little bits here and there. what happens. I don't really want to lose. So what I might do is spread the rest of it using the straw. I might lose the cells, but I actually quite like this because it might create an illusion of clouds. This was an awesome practice blowing out the sky. However, as you will see later in the video, I completely changed my mind. Having said that, each experience brings you experience. From here, I want to have a bit of grass, and I'm going to use the remaining iridescent color for it as well as some others. I also want to dilute a little bit of the darker color. Don't need as much, so hopefully I can just use the dropper. Sometimes I use the dropper for smaller quantities to have more control of how much floral I'm adding. Main green is also iridescent. I have used that before. I want to add a little bit of darker one. And just tiny bits of the ones I've created. Iridescent, just here and there. These cups are actually really good if you want to just freely pour, because you can squeeze them to give a good direction. Larger palette knife, give it a good wipe. And switch to the smaller one. Again, I would change my mind in the end of this video. You will see I changed the grass. However, it was a very good base and it inspired me to continue with the grass in a different direction. I use the torch to pop the little bubbles that come up from underneath the different layers of paint, which helps give it a smooth consistency. The sky to the grass. I left the white stripe here because I don't really want it all to bleed too much into each other, just a little bit. And now I want to start on the flowers. So I think that one of the important things is going to be to have white base for them. So for the first color, I decided I want to try this magenta. I haven't tried this color yet. I am going to pour a little bit, just one drop, because I don't want a lot of it at all. Okay, I want to use a bit of brush to transfer the white. So say it's going to go right about here. And then let's see if a toothpick will work. In my mind, a toothpick has worked quite nicely to add the droplets of red. Like so. And now I'm going to try to literally just use the straw. Not too bad. And now I'm just gonna think I'll add a little bit more of the red. Perhaps a little bit lower. Not sure how it will actually react in the end with the rest of the paint around it. And maybe I just want to go. All right. I might make another one, say here. I might want a little bit more white because I want more of white in the flower itself. Maybe I will leave this one just like that without adding too much. There we go. I quite like to set it a little bit so it doesn't move as much. Okay, let's make another one. Say this one is going to be very tall. It's going to be right here. some of these turned out quite nice, but some of them haven't. Oh, bumping the camera again. So probably easier to hold it this way. I quite like how these ones have turned out. They really do look quite flowery, but some of them just look like a bit of blobs. And it's interesting because the orange ones look more like blobs, and orange one was a mix of two colors. So that could be the reason of the chemical reaction of these two colors, that it's become too liquid. And also the teal is really quite messy, whereas the other colors seem to hold a little bit better. The yellow is not very visible. So what I've done is I have added some stems, and once it's dry, I'm going to add some stems and maybe tidy up the flowers to see what I can do to fix them slightly. But there are definitely a couple of things that I think can be done to majorly improve this one. So I definitely don't want the bleeding here. And it might be involving some hand painting with a brush and matching the colors the best that I can. All right, so I'm gonna let it dry for 1 week so that all the layers of the paint are dry, and then we will come back to it and see if we can make it better. Okay, this piece is now dry. I am not happy with it, but I did plan to add to it anyway, so I am going to start with things that I'm sure about and then move on to a little bit more of experimentation. Okay, here we go.
Thanks heaps for watching. I hope you enjoyed this artwork. I hope it has inspired you to try something else or maybe even try and recreate this one. Please subscribe, like and share. Thank you. Bye.